We'll
Do you want
know.
to talk about the defense and how they match up against Minnesota's offense? Is that cool?
Yes, let's talk about the defense. And obviously, we all know that Minnesota runs their offense through Dalvin Cook. The
Yeah.
Bears did a pretty good job of bottling up Cook. He didn't get 100 yards rushing in Week 10. The Bears, they have a top 10 rush defense. I want to say they're either eighth or ninth in yards allowed. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, they were able to hold Derrick Henry to under 100 yards. I think it's going to be that type of game again. I'm hoping Akeem Hicks shows up well this time around.
Huge, because they really started to break out. I mean, they held him under, I think, 30 yards with Hicks in the game, and then he broke out once Hicks left. So he
Correct.
might be one of the defensive keys in this game.
He's definitely going to be a huge key to this game, but I think the biggest key to this game is going to be whoever is guarding Justin Jefferson, because he lit us up like a Christmas tree last time. I mean, Kirk Cousins was finding Jefferson everywhere on the field. It didn't matter who was covering him. He was making our DBs look pretty silly. Hopefully,
Uh,
the Bears have some packages that can kind of sort of keep Justin Jefferson to sort of a pedestrian performance this
I
time.
don't think so, my brother. Jalen Johnson, the rookie cornerback who got lit up, is likely out,
Oh
and
no!
their nickel starter Buster Screen is out.
Oh
So
no!
dude, you're gonna have on the outside our other two cornerbacks are both. One of them's a second-year player, Duke Shelley, who's a nickel, and their
Okay.
other one's a rookie who's played in like 2 games, Kendall Vildor. Kendall
Oh,
Vildor, he's a nickel.
oh
So you
no!
got a nickel playing in the outside. I think Shelley played a little bit outside at Kansas State. I think in
Okay.
college. Dude, he's going up against Jefferson.
Oh gosh. I mean, what do you do? Do you just have to put Kyle Fuller on Jefferson the whole game? I mean, I don't even
You
know.
got Thielen. You know, the only way we contain them is we have to do what we did last game. The Bears got 7 sacks for like the first time all season because Pagano actually was using stunts. He was doing things compared to, he just never blitzed until last game. The Bears, especially Roquan Smith, who's getting tackles for loss, who started to get sacks, they need to rush the passer. That's what's going to throw off Cousins more, maybe even make him scared, kind of like he
Yeah.
did last year. Remember when they almost beat him like 16-0?
Hmm.
They threw him off because of the pass rush. We need to make him uncomfortable. That's like the only because Jefferson might light us up for 10 for 175. Like
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah. I would totally agree with you. And I think that's what the Bears, I think, traditionally have been able to do to Kirk Cousins is make him somewhat uncomfortable at times in the pocket. And I think they're going to have to do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise, I think that's the key for Minnesota to beating the Bears
Yeah.
is Kirk Cousins has to have a big game, and they're going to have to find a way to make sure that Cousins doesn't go off. I have a pretty good feeling that the Bears defense is going to be able to kind of hold Dalvin Cook down. I know that most of their offense runs through him. He
He did
hasn't
get 160 yards against Tampa Bay, who's the number one defense
number
in the
one
NFL.
rush defense in the NFL.
Rip them.
Yes. Yes, that's true too. I mean, so I guess we're going to see. But I will say that the Bears know the Vikings. So that's why I feel
Yeah.
like the Bears may be able to do a better job. They know the Vikings. They see them twice a year. They know Cook. They've seen him a lot. And the hope is that they're able to kind of bottle him up some to be able to slow him down so he doesn't go off. Because
They
that's
always stop him with Hicks. They've
yes.
always stopped him.
Yeah, they've done a pretty good job against the majority of good running backs. I mean, even when the Bears were struggling, I mean, they never really got gashed
Yeah.
in the run game like you've seen some of these teams get gashed. But I think that Cook, yeah, I think that's going to be the key is stopping the air, stopping Kirk Cousins through the air. I think is going to be a
Nice.
huge way to go.
I
Um,
agree. I agree.
yeah.
Dude. All right. So you want to get in some predictions?
Oh boy. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I believe that the Bears are going to win this one.
Ooh.
And I think it's going to be somewhere like 26-20.
Okay.
That's what I think.
What's gonna happen?
Okay, I think that I think it's going to be close throughout. I think
Okay.
it's going to be anywhere in between 1 and 2 scores. I could see Minnesota maybe getting out to an early 3 or 7-0 lead,
I
and
can
then
see
as
that.
the game the game progresses, I think the Bears are going to get a little bit stronger. I could see it maybe being like a 3 to 7 point lead at halftime for the Bears, maybe like a 14-10 or 13-10 game, and then I just see that carrying over into the second half, where it looks more like maybe it might be like 23-20, and then
Yeah.
maybe the Bears will score a late field goal to make it like a 6-point game, something
Okay.
like that. you know
Cool.
what do you think? Or maybe even something like 2019,
Okay.
Vikings are up and the Bears just score a late touchdown.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Mr. Trubisky is pretty good in the last moments. He's instinctive.
something along those lines. What do you think?
Cool. Well, obviously, I'm worried about the D. Um, I'm feeling confident. I see a lot of experts picking the Vikings, and I'm like, I feel weirdly confident. But, we played some bad teams and played really well. So we're going to have to see on this. I'm worried about if Nagy gets away from the run like we talked about. So let's see how he does. Let's see
Hmm.
if Laser really puts the ball in Montgomery's hands and out of Mitch's hands, or if they do put it in Mitch's hands. Let's see how it goes. I think the Vikings, like you said, are going to get out to an early lead. I can see them gashing the Bears a little bit, maybe to the tune of 14-0 early on, or
Mm.
maybe like 10-0. I'm not 100% sure. I could see a halftime deficit of like 17-13, but then I could see the Bears start to clamp down, especially as they go back to the run. And I got the Bears winning this game 30-23, and I got a couple extra missed field goals by Dan Bailey.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
So,
Dan Bailey's going to get fired on Monday, finally.
all right. So you've got 30-23. I've got 26-20. I mean, so wow, how far have we come, Tim? Just 2 weeks ago, we were talking about losing out the rest of these games, and now look at us. We're both back on the Bears bandwagon after 1 week.
Somehow, and I got the Eagles narrowly beating the Cardinals. So by this time Monday, we will see the Bears in that 7 seed, and everyone on the national media is going to be like, because everybody's saying dismissing the Bears.
Hmm.
Everybody. Well,
Hmm.
they haven't really watched the last couple games. So let's hope it continues. Let's hope we're not on Monday saying, well, we sucked.
Well, we'll find out, right? We'll find out.
Yeah.
So,
Any last thoughts?
no, I'm super pumped for this game. Yeah, I want it to come already. I mean, it's going to be fun.
All right, man. Well, all right. So everybody, guys, thank you so much for watching our channel, The Sun and Tim Show. Please hit like. We are a new YouTube channel, so please hit subscribe. It just helps us so much because we're going to post several videos a week. We're just happy to bring you more content. Guys, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day. Bear down.
Thank you. Bear down. Let's go.